Hi everyone, welcome to Krannert Art Museum Yoga. I'm Jodi. We're back in my living room. If you watched last week, I was at the museum and it was wonderful, but the sound quality not so good, so I'm going to have to work on that. So we're back here. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit better today. So welcome, happy end of October. Hard to believe. It's beautiful outside. Just went for a walk. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful colors of fall as we transition into November. So today, let's have a strap for sure, a couple blocks, a blanket can be nice, and then always a bolster for Shavasana, especially if you have low back tension or pain, that can be nice for under the knees, but we've got to get to that point. So to start, let's stand. I'm going to just set my strap. I use a scarf, so you can also use that. You don't have to have a yoga strap per se. You can also have a long sleeve shirt, so finding a standing position. And just kind of shift the weight from side to side, spreading through the toes, maybe lifting the toes, fanning them out a little bit. Soften through one knee, then the other. All my joints popping this morning. And then from here, just kind of firming up the stance. Again, knees can be a little bit micro bent, but they're strong legs, strong core, uplifted energy, all the way through the crown of the head. Same time, we're grounding into the feet. Heart is open. Palms pressing in front of you like you're pressing into an invisible wall, so there's active energy all throughout. And at the same time, we're finding a softness. You can close the eyes if that feels safe, or at least a softened gaze. Checking in with the breath. Checking in with yourself. Notice how you feel. Mind, emotions. Notice any little movements that it takes to stay grounded and upright, stay balanced. Always that state of flux and change and adjusting, even just right here. And breathing a few deeper breaths, so finishing an exhalation, really empty out, and then as you inhale, breathe in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Again. In through the nose, breathing to your fullest. Open the mouth, constrict the back of the throat, exhale. One last time, inhale. Building heat, building awareness. Exhale. Finishing that exhalation. Forming an intention for this practice. We know the power of the mind to guide us in our lives. It starts on in the practice, on the mat. So just allowing yourself to clear the cobwebs away from the mind, finding what you need, and let that guide you today. And just bringing the palms together at heart center, sealing that intention within. You can bow the head heavy, chin to chest. Open the eyes with a soft gaze, and then just bring the feet in a little bit closer together, still rooting down through the soles of the feet. You can interlace the last three fingers, point the pointer finger and the thumb, this power mudra. As you draw the fingertips skyward, think about lengthening through the side bodies. This is an inhalation, and then as you exhale, moving over to the left, grounding the right foot, opening up that right side body. Inhale, finding length, and then exhale over to the other side. Biceps back by the ears if possible. Inhale. Just easing into this exhale. We don't have to go very far. Just beginning the practice. Inhale through center one last time, over to that right side, really rooting down through the left foot. Arriving, coming back through center, release the fingers, float the arms down with an open heart, toning upper back body muscles. Nice slow controlled release, arms down alongside the body, and start to roll through shoulders, up, back and down. Just isolating the shoulder, notice maybe one shoulder different than the other. You can start to roll in the opposite direction, up, forward and down. Breathing, noticing. And one more time, up, forward and down. And then just starting to roll through the wrist joints. Checking in with the joints, warming them, lubricating them, especially this time of year. Things get dry, particularly in the joints. Start to roll in the opposite direction. And then from here, stepping the feet out just a little bit wider than hip width apart. And then just start to washing machine the body. Maybe lightly tapping the side bodies as you rotate gently from side to side. No hurry. Make sure the joints feel safe, particularly the knee joints. And then just starting to tone and firm that up. You can start to bring arms more parallel to the earth. Starting to work into the core. You can bring arms into goalpost arms, cactus arms, and starting that rotation with a bit more of that awareness, more of that strength. One more time, all my joints popping, back through center. And then from here, just squeeze shoulder blades along the spine and the back body, really shine the heart forward, but draw the rib cage in, tuck the tailbone. One more breath, just warming up. And relaxing the arms down alongside the body. Bring that tactile touch into the body, so the hands to the legs. Start to draw the left arm down, the right arm up. Slide the fingers, the palm up to that right rib. Think about opening up the ribs, breathe into that space. And then going down the other side. So right arm down, left arm up, gliding up the side body, finding the ribs, breathe. Back through center, we'll do that again from side to side. Left arm down, right arm up, find the ribs and breathe. Aligning back through center, and over to the other side. Find the ribs, find that nice heart opening here, breathing. And then arriving, coming back through center. And again, you can roll through shoulders, up, back, and down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Starting to heel to toe the feet a little bit further away. And then the toes are out, the heels are in. Tuck the tailbone and engage the glutes. Hands to the hips, just sink the hips, drive the knees away from one another. And then drive the feet into the earth, inhale, rise. So strong in the legs. Exhale, sink. Maybe sink lower, drive the knees apart. Tuck the tailbone, engage the glutes, power up the legs, inhale. Exhale, lowering, engaging. Flattening out the back, inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. And stay down as you wrap the fingers around the fronts towards the kneecaps. Inhale here. Then exhale, relaxing the right shoulder down, gazing over the left. Inhale, arriving, coming back through center. And then just over to the other side. Left shoulder down, gazing over the right, twisting in the spine. Inhale through center, and then exhale, right shoulder down, twisting more through the spine. Start to drive the knees apart. Inhale, arriving back through center, and then exhale. Inhale, breathing deeply. Coming back through your center, you can start to release fingertips or palms to the earth. Lengthen through the legs, spin the heels out, the toes are in. Walking the hands out so the spine is still parallel to the earth, the wrists below the shoulders. Then just start to release one hip down and then the other. The legs are still straight and strong. Pressing into fingertips, pressing into knuckles. Just a slight wag of the hips from side to side. Still breathing. Powerful in the legs. And coming back through your center, start to bend through one knee then the other. So a little bit of a different sensation. Opening up the inner legs a little bit more. Those adductor muscles. Take your time. Think about core still active, legs still strong, shifting from side to side. Evening out, bending that last knee for the last time, and then finding a tabletop position. So take your time here, kneeling, hands and knees. You can always support the knees with a cushion or doubling up the mat. Spread through the fingers. Connect to the breath, and as you inhale, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, open the heart. You can drag the heels of the hands back towards the knees, and then exhale, rounding, actually press the mat away, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, opening. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, round. Draw the low belly in and out. A few more times on your own, just flow with the breath. Maybe close the eyes. Just breath and sensation.
from here, finding that nice long neutral spine. Start to extend the left leg out to the side. Firming up the core, draw the low belly in and up. See if you can float that left leg away from the earth and then tap it back down. We're going to do that for 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, 1. And then lower the foot, spin the foot back around, and then over to the right corner of the mat. And curl the toes under. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, bring the gaze over the right shoulder. At the same time, you're drawing that left hip away from you, getting that beautiful side body opening, maybe catching a glimpse of the right heel. Sorry, left heel over the right shoulder. Breathing here. One more breath. And then aligning the neck, aligning that knee in line with the hip bone, and then draw the knee back underneath you for support. And extend the right leg out to the side. I'm going to have to spin around so I don't kick my couch. Tone through the core, and then lift the leg. See if you can lift it. See what adjustments you have to make. Try not to move the body. We're just moving the leg for 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, and last 1. Releasing the foot down, spin it around, lengthen as you go. Draw the hip away from the shoulder and then spin the leg all the way over to that left corner. Curl toes under and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gazing over the left shoulder. Again, maybe catching a glimpse of that right heel. Still drawing that right hip away. Creating space with the breath. Really toning through that right leg. One more breath here. Aligning the neck with the rest of the spine, spinning that leg back around, the knee back underneath you for support. Begin to curl the toes under, walk the hands back slowly, releasing some of the weight away from the wrist joints. Bring the weight into the toes. You can start to shift the weight over the heels from side to side, opening up the toes and the soles of the feet. And back through center, continue to walk the hands back, lift the knees. Heels can be lifted here, bring the backs of the hands to the earth. And we can start to lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the elbows, slight pressure onto the backs of the hands. Beautiful counter stretch for the weight bearing that we do. And then just soften. Head heavy, hips heavy, rounded spine. Breathing into the back body. You can sway the head gently from side to side, open the neck. One more breath here. And fingertips to the earth, start to slowly lengthen through the legs. Feet can go wide, maybe as wide as the mat. Spread through the toes. Then begin to take hold of either elbow. Knees can be soft here, but tailbone is lifted. Draw the low belly in and up and engage the quads, the fronts of the thighs. Engage the hip flexors, and then start to just kind of draw the belly to the thighs, as if the forearms could touch the ground. Neck is neutral. Keep pulsing, and again, each time you're reaching long, as if the forearms could touch the ground, even with soft knees. There's no straining, there's no forcing, we're just engaging. One more time, pulsing, and then relax there. Head is heavy. 3 deep breaths. Bring the hands to the knees, bend the knees, creating that shelf for the weight of the body. Deep bend in the knees. Start to rise through the spine, keep the deep bend in the knees. From here, bring the palms as if you're pressing the sky away and rise on an inhalation. Exhale, float the arms down alongside the body, take your time. Arriving, mountain pose. Roll through shoulders, up, back, and down. Maybe a cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. From here, bring the hands to the low back. Fingers facing down towards the heels. Think about pressing the palms into the sacrum, that low back. As you draw the elbows closer together, start to lift the gaze, lift the chin. Inhale. Exhale, soften and relax. Relax the effort.
And pressing sacrum down and forward. Open the heart, squeeze the elbows, inhaling, breathing, and then exhale, softening and relaxing. One more time just like that. Letting that expansion in the front of the body. Spread through the collarbones, lift through the gaze, tone through the core. Just breathe. Squeeze the elbows, open the heart. Firming up the stance, the mountain pose, supporting this. One more breath. Gazing forward, the neck is neutral. Float the arms down alongside the body. Again, you can roll through wrists. You can roll through shoulders. Shake it out. And then finding a stance, again, about hip distance apart, hands to the hips. Notice the hip flexors psoas, and we start to press the hips forward, much like we did before. And then start to shift to the sides and then roll through the back as if the glutes could touch the wall behind you, and then the hip out to the side. And pressing forward, think about glutes engaging as you press the hips forward. Nice slow hula hoop of the hips. Warming up the hip flexors, starting to notice them. Notice where they're tight, maybe one side more stiff, less forgiving than the other side. And coming forward again, press the hips forward with glute engagement, and then start to go in the opposite direction. Notice if that changes anything for you. Keep breathing. Grounding still through feet. One more time. Slow roll of the hips. And then slowly making your way back through mountain pose, back through standing. So we're going to do some standing poses utilizing that stretch of the hip flexors. So it's nice to feel it out first, then we do the work, and we come back to that same kind of movement and see if these guys have opened at all. So stepping to the top of the mat, finding mountain pose. Hands can stay at the hips. Left foot's going to stay grounded, so spread the toes, broaden through that foot. Start to drive the right knee skyward, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt. Inhale. And as you exhale and step back, we're just stepping back to the ball of that right foot. Finding balance. Sink the hips low and bend deeply through the left knee. At the same time, firming up the right leg, lengthen the leg, extend the leg, and keep the buttock, that glute engaged. Take an inhalation here, then exhale, just sinking forward. Inhale, lengthen, refirming, retoning. Exhale, grounding. Core is active, tuck the tailbone one more time, inhale. Exhale, sink. And just stay here. Hips squaring forward. It's all about the foundation at the moment. Building the foundation of this pose. One more breath. And then start to shift the weight of the torso forward, freeing up that back leg. See if you can step forward without touching down as you drive the knee to the sky, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt. Inhale, just like we started. And then exhale, releasing that foot back down to the earth. Just rocking a little from side to side. And coming into the other side, so grounding through the right foot. Find your balance, shift the weight, drive the left knee up, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt, inhale. Exhale, extending that leg, that slow controlled release in that transition, finding the ball of the foot, maybe wailing toes back. Start to bend deeply through the right knee and extend through the left leg. Tuck the tailbone, engage the glutes. Inhale, lengthen a little bit. Try not to lose that bend in the knee, and then exhale, sink. Tuck the tailbone, engage the low belly. Inhale. A little bit of a lift to refirm, retone, and then sink and stay and breathe. Hips squaring forward. So maybe just scissor the legs a little closer together without actually moving them closer together. It's energetic. Trying that left hip forward, right hip back. Notice this. Notice sensation. Notice the mind. One more breath. And start to shift the weight forward, free up that back leg, maybe without touching down, using balance.
And driving the left knee up, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt, inhale. And exhale, releasing the foot to the earth. Again, just rocking a little from side to side. And then from here, find your strap. Find your mountain pose. You're going to take hold of the strap or the scarf like I have at about shoulder width apart, starting there. So firming up the mountain pose for support. And then as you inhale, draw the strap up overhead. Make sure the mountain pose stays the same. There's no transition in the body. Draw the ribs in towards the spine and then breathe. Start to draw the strap back behind you, slowly, incrementally. Maybe you need to separate your hands along the strap and open through the arms, lengthen through the elbows, extend, and then lower down just incrementally, slowly, and maybe another inch and breathe. And then slowly lower down. Arms are back behind you, pausing for an exhalation, and then inhale, floating the strap up overhead. Again, lengthen and extend through the elbows. Exhale, strap back down in front. And then just coming back to that starting position, hands about shoulder width, firming and toning through your mountain pose. Inhale, strap up overhead. Rooting arm bones and shoulder sockets. Start to draw the strap back behind you, really extending through the arms. Punch the knuckles skyward. And then incrementally, slowly draw the strap back behind you, maybe an inch, and breathe. Arms can reach out, hands can adjust, moving an inch and breathe. A true honest breath. Lower down an inch and breathe, really lengthen through the elbows, and then at some point you don't feel sensation, so the strap goes back behind you. Exhale. And then inhale, rising, up and over as you exhale. And we'll do that one last time. So firming up your mountain pose, wrists again shoulder width apart. So each time anticipating that we're opening the body a bit more. So this is the good tension. Arms up overhead, root the arm bones, shoulders away from ears, breathe. Draw the strap behind you, pause and breathe. Another inch, lengthen the elbows, pause and breathe. One more time, pausing and breathing. Float the arms down. Notice. Inhale. Arms up, strap up. Exhale, back down and front. Roll through the shoulders, up, back, and down, maybe with a bit more ease, a bit more opening in the heart. And then just set that strap off to the side, stepping to the top of the mat. We're finding our mountain pose once again. We're going to bring this open-hearted quality into the rest of the lunge pose that we were just playing with. So mountain pose to start, hands to the hips, shift the weight to the left side, drive the right knee up, inhale. Same principles apply, heel to the butt, thigh to the belly until you exhale, and then step that right foot back. Sink the hips low, find that foundation, and then firming up the core, lengthen through the spine. Arms come into goalpost arms, cactus arms, really reach the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades along the spine and the back body. Make sure the toes aren't gripping. You can stay here, this is beautiful, or begin to reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. Maybe the gaze is skyward. Arch the spine. Open the heart, open that right hip flexor, psoas. Take one more deep inhalation with this expansion. And then as you exhale, frame that front foot with the palms. Step the left foot back, we're in plank. I'm pausing here, firming up through the plank, spread through the fingers. Inner big toes can touch as you rock forward over the fingers and then back. Tone through the legs, draw the muscles into bones. Tuck the tailbone, forward and back. One more time. And then see if you can stay forward, either knees to the earth or not. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows hug into the midline, lengthen through the spine, no sway in the low back. Go slower than you want to, making your way to your belly. Arriving here, wrapping yourself up into a Sphinx. So elbows below the shoulders, heart is open. Reach the toes and the tailbone away from you. Inhale through center, and then exhale, gazing over the right shoulder. Draw the left hip down and away. Then inhale, lengthening through center. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, gazing over the left shoulder. Inhaling through center. One more time from side to side. Getting more expansion in the ribs, in the spine. More expansion in the lungs as we breathe with a deeper awareness. Exhale, left shoulder, last time. Inhale, arriving, coming back through center. Toenails press into the earth, knees lift, pelvis presses into the earth. And if you release the arms away, can you stay lifted for 3, 2, 1. Palms press under the shoulders. Keep that open heart. Engage through the core. Curl toes under. And then lifting hips up and back, either through knees or not. And in down dog or child's pose, you can take a moment and breathe. If you're in down dog, feel free to pedal out 3 feet. Bending one knee, then the other. Pressing the mat away. And then we'll all meet together in our downward facing dog, inner big toes touch. So we started with that right knee, right thigh to the belly when we began all of this lunging. We're going to do that again in the transition to step forward. So starting by inhaling, lifting the right heel skyward and extend and expand here. Exhale, bend the knee, hollow out the belly, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt, and then step that foot forward, even if you have to place it there. And then step the left foot forward to meet it, and then inhale, lift up halfway, monkey pose. Open your heart, exhale, fold, draw the low belly in and up. Inhale, rising with strength, with control. Maybe a slight arch in the back, palms touch, the gaze can lift. Exhale, hands to your heart. Moment here, just checking in, recalling your intention, regrounding, resetting. Preparing for the other side. So, resetting up your mountain pose if necessary. At the top of the mat, give yourself plenty of room back behind for this lunge. Hands to the hips. And again, just shift the weight to the right foot. That right leg strong. Drive the left knee up, thigh to the belly, heel to the butt. Inhale. Exhale, taking that step back slowly with control, landing in the foundation of the pose. We've been here before. The body knows what to do. Coming into the rest of the pose with the arms open, heart open. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Spread the collarbones. Maybe shining your heart where the wall meets the ceiling. Stay here or uplift the arms. Shining the heart more skyward, arching the spine more. Still toning through that left butt. Sink the hips low. Right quad is working. Hips squaring forward. Taking one more deep inhalation. Then as you exhale slowly, as you reach forward and down, framing that right foot, step back, plank. We're going to take a side plank on the left side. So start to shift the weight to the left. Maybe the feet stack. The right arm reaching skyward. If you need to, you can stagger that right foot in front, or you can just simply release the left shin to the earth. Either way, side plank. Core is active, lengthen through the spine. One more inhalation. And then exhale. You can come back through plank even if you're on your left shin. And then just try to transition over to the right. So pinky toe edge of the foot firming into the earth. Body straight and strong like you were in mountain pose and you just fell over. Or again, you can stack the legs. Either that left foot in front or in back. You can even have that right shin to the earth. One more breath. Back into your plank. Take your time. Nice and slow with control. From here, shift forward. And again, either knees to the earth or not. Inhale. Exhale that lower down without a sway in the back. Keep toning through the core. Coming onto the belly. Forehead to the earth. Reach the arms long. So from here, I'm going to keep my head lifted, but you should have your forehead to the earth. And think about lengthening through the right arm, the left leg as you inhale, and then lift the right arm, left leg with that length. Exhale, soften and release that back down. And lengthen through left arm, right leg, inhale, lift. And exhale, releasing back down again. Forehead to the earth, mine's not, just so you can hear me. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Lengthen to lift, exhale. Let's do 2 more times each side. Right arm, left leg, finding even more reach, more lift. Inhale, left arm, right leg. One last time here. Breathing, neck neutral, no tension in the face. Last time, left arm, right leg. Soften and release. From here, gliding the palms under the shoulders, coming back into your Sphinx pose, and breathe. Think about the spine opening, particularly the mid-spine. Make sure the neck and the low back feel happy. There's no pinching. Make any adjustment that you need. One more breath. A reminder of the legs. What are the legs doing? We want heels in line with knees, knees in line with hips, toenails, pelvis to the earth, knees lift. Glutes are active, hamstrings are actively lifting the thighs away from the earth. Then active through the back body core. See if you can stay lifted as you release the arms. For 3, 2, 1. Palms press under. And then curl toes under, either through the knees or lifting right up into a plank. And then your down dog. Let's come into child's pose. Knees to the earth, inner big toes touch. Round the spine, a slow descent. Sink the hips back to heels. Let's take a resting 3 breaths in Balasana child's pose. So hips are heavy to heels. Relax through the belly. Forehead to the earth or to stacked hands. Begin to draw the palms under the shoulders. We are back in a tabletop position. From here, you can notice that the hips are right above the knees and the shin bones are in line, like number 11s with one another. Start to walk the arms out without the back body moving, without the hips moving, without them shifting forward. You can kind of widen the hold that you have on the wrists. They go wider. As you think about sinking the chest towards the earth, keep the arms very active. Maybe the chin, maybe the forehead to the ground as you breathe. Puppy pose. One more breath. Affirming, toning up the core. Start to walk the hands back underneath you. Start to curl the toes under. Begin to lift your knees, coming back into that squatted position, backs of the hands to the earth, rounding, bowing, softening forward. Head is heavy, gently sway the head from side to side. This is going to be a beautiful counter pose for the heart opening, the back bending that we just did. One more breath. Fingertips to the earth. Palms start to walk back out. Going back mindfully, slowly in your down dog, inner big toes touching. So now it's the left leg's turn. Finishing an exhalation. Inhale, lifting that left leg high. And then finding that length, keeping that as you bend the knee, hollow out the belly, stepping that left foot forward. It's followed by the right. Once you arrive in symmetry, inhale, lift up halfway. Heart is open. Exhale to fold, knees can soften. Inhale, rising with strength, grounding feet into the earth. Open the heart, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. A moment here, just checking in. And soften your stance. Mountain pose still, but feet about hip distance apart. You bring hands just lightly to the hips. And then again, we're going to just find that slow circular motion of the hips, like that slow hula hoop. Just to see what's open for you. We've done a lot of front body opening, hip flexor, psoas opening,
hip crease. That shortens when we sit all day. Circle in the opposite direction. Hopefully it's a bit more free. Greater ability to move. This helps with walking. Helps readjust the pelvis, the sacrum. Just coming back through your center. And again, just a moment, standing mountain pose. Strong and stable. Finding that at the top of the mat, we're just going to come right into the lunges with a little bit of a flow. You can always pause and hang out in child's pose if you need. Let that be your resting pose. Otherwise, we'll begin. Hands to the hips. We're going to have the left foot grounding, right leg bending, inhaling. And then exhale, step that foot back, coming right into the pose. Sweep the arms up. As you exhale, sweep the arms down, framing that front foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down, maybe with a hover this time. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, we're back in our down dog. And again, right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, hollow out the belly, step that foot forward, followed by the left. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping up, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to do one sun salutation in total. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping back, the top of a push-up. Shifting over, side plank, left side. Back through plank, side plank, right side. Back through your plank, inhale, prepare. Exhale, your chaturanga, you can always skip this. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog or child's pose. Let this be a resting pose. We're flowing for heat. Not always necessary. Rest as you need. 3 more breaths. Meeting in down dog. Stretch the arms long, lift the hips up and back. Inner big toes touch. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Followed by the left. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. Checking in. Feel the heat you've created. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the breath slow. Bind your hair if you need, because we definitely got warm. So finding that mountain pose once again, the top of the mat. Gonna do the other side. The flows are optional, as we know. Hands to the hips, right foot grounds, left knee bends, inhale. Exhale, step that foot back. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Reach the arms, open the heart. Exhale, framing the foot. Inhale, step it back, plank. Exhale, you can always skip or come through that flow once again. Maybe with a hover into your inhale, up dog, maybe a cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel, lengthen through that left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, lifting halfway, monkey pose. Both feet in symmetry. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Gonna flow once again. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart, swan dive, Uttanasana. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping back, mountain pose. Over to the left, side plank. Back through center. Over to the right, side plank. With control. Back through center. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, maybe through the knees. I like to mix it up each time. No need to tax, just strengthen. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, pressing back, resting in a child's pose. 3 deep breaths.
Stretch the arms long, gaze to fingers. Curl the toes, lift hips up and back, inner big toes touch. Left leg lifts, inhale. Really lengthen, press the mat away. Shifting forward, hollow out the belly. Step the left foot, followed by the right. Inhale, monkey. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Palms touch, heart opens, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Again, checking in. Let the heartbeat slow, let the breath slow. From your mountain pose, just relax the arms alongside the body. Starting to cool things off just a little bit. From here, start to lift the gaze, lift the chin. Open the throat, open the neck. You can open and close the mouth. Relax the head heavy, bow forward. And gently sway the head from side to side. Release tension. Move mindfully. One more time, swaying gently from side to side. Arriving, chin centered over the chest. Think about the crown of the head reaching toward the belly. One more breath. Aligning the neck with the rest of the spine, the chin is parallel to the earth. Starting to step the feet out. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold, and from there we're transitioning through seated. So one way to do that, and it's really convenient that I've got my couch here, you can also use a blanket. You can also use a block or even a bolster. So I'm going to show you at first what we're going to do, and then I'll show you the transition to possibly get there if it's just not available to you. So feet are wide. The outer edges of the feet can be in line with the short ends of the mat, and we're going to just hinge forward. And again, you can just watch. I'm spinning my fingers around, so my forearms are facing forward. I can spin my toes out a little bit more, and then start to walk the hands back. Elbows and upper arms are supporting my chest, starting to extend the legs out, and it's the weight bearing on the wrists and on the arms. You've got to be kind of strong with that ability to lift the body up. So from here, I'm going to show you, maybe with a variation. If necessary, let's use the bolster. Not everyone has a couch accessible. You can stack up maybe the firm pillows of the couch, maybe even a few blankets. You can build this up with blocks if necessary. So it's almost like coming into a middle split. We've opened up the inner legs slightly, but maybe there's still some inflexibility there. And a lot has to do with the weight or the strength in the arms. So we're still hinging forward. Spin the arms around, fingers face behind you. Make sure the prop is nice and close. Start to walk the feet out even more. Start to walk the hands back even more. Keep the legs straight and strong and begin to come through seated. So now I'm just on my bolster and I'm not crashing my tailbone into the ground. So ultimately we want to arrive on the ground. So if you've come to sit on a prop, just moving that out of the way. So legs out. Tall spine, sit bones, make sure that the pressure is even. Keeping that as you just start to sway the body, sway the torso from side to side. Let there be a fluidity to this movement, like you are water. Even if there's stiffness, just inviting that kind of sensual, slow flow. Notice the body opening over time. The body wants to open. We want to be healthy. We want to be healed. Starting to flow over to that right leg, right inner arm, right forearm rather, into the inner right leg. Press, into that leg and rotate. Let that be an inhalation, and then exhale, relax that left shoulder. Collapse into the heart. Inhale, open, rotate. Press the right forearm into that inner leg. Sit bones grounding, and exhale, relax. We're stretching through the pecs, the chest muscles. We're engaging back to allow for that expansion. Inhale, open, exhale, soften. I like to ease into these things.
Last time, inhale, open, stay open. Maybe the left hand stays to the left hip. Perhaps that left arm floats up and over, bicep by the ear, keep lengthening through the side bodies, reaching long. Think about reaching beyond the actual length of your body itself to create that space. Toning through the legs, flexing through the feet, and breathe. One more inhalation with that beautiful reach, and then keep that as you start to release the chest forward. Keep reaching the spine out of the hips. And then ultimately the left forearm presses into the inner left leg, the right hand to the right hip. Sit bones ground. And then inhale, open, rotate. Maybe the gaze is more over that right shoulder. Exhale, collapse and around. And soften the effort. Inhale, press the left forearm in, rotate through the chest. Stack the shoulders and exhale. Soften. Relax in the jaw. Inhale, pressing, sit bones grounding, even though more pressure on that left sit bone, relax. This last time we'll stay and do the work. Find that rotation, stay here. Maybe this is enough for you. Keep trying to ground that right sit bone. Perhaps it feels good to open up that right side body by floating the arm up and over till it adds more weight. Bicep still by the ear. I'm still pressing into the inner left thigh, reaching beyond myself to find that expansion and using every breath to go deeper into the shape. Think about the left side body expanding as well, energetically, maybe not quite physically. It still feels compressed. One more breath. Reaching, and then stay with that reaching quality, that expansive quality as you spin the chest more towards the earth. Maybe fingertips, maybe palms to the earth or to blocks or props. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Active through the legs. Toes are pointing skyward. Core is actively reaching the spine tall out of the hips for 1 more breath. Walk the hands back. Keep that alignment in the spine. Begin to bring the hands under the knees. Help with the arms to bend the knees, plant the feet. Move this prop out of the way. Palms alongside the hips. And just start with baby movements of the knees from side to side. Let's massage those glutes. They worked hard. They stabilize the hips, particularly when we walk or stand. And in our standing asanas posture, start to sweep the knees bigger from side to side. Still getting that quality of self-massage, but also moving into those hip rotators. And then just spin the knees over to the right, tucking the left shin underneath you, keeping the left hand to the left shin, the right arm relaxed, and then just bow the head, bow the chest, the weight of the torso over to that right side. Feel that traction and opening on the left side, into the shoulder, into the neck. You can start to sway the head back and forth. And breathe. Soft in the jaw, relaxed in the face or on the eyes. And so start to circle. Again, slow circles with the nose in space. Releasing tension. As you continue to move, you can circle in the opposite direction. And one more circle. Taking 3 more breaths here in a sweet spot that just needs more attention, more love, more awareness. Learning how to give care to ourselves in all of those more challenging spots, not just physically. The gifts of the practice that keep giving beyond the scope of the mat. Aligning the neck with the rest of the spine. You can press the palms alongside the hips. Lift the hips up, tuck the tailbone, and then set the hips back down. Send the knee away from the hip, send the tailbone down towards the knee, and hopefully getting a stretch in that quad. If not, start to bend through the elbows. My left quad is always tight. So this is as far as I'm gonna go, 3 breaths. Keeping that engagement, tucking the tailbone, sending the knee away, and breathing. 1 more breath. And then you can shift more to that right side to free up that left leg. Send the legs wide and long, just flex and point through feet. Roll at ankles, spread through toes. You pump the backs of the legs into the earth, waking up the extremities. Breathe. Palms alongside hips, bend the knees, plant the feet wide, windshield wiper the legs a few times, from side to side. And then send the knees over to the left, tucking that right shin underneath you. Keep the hand to the shin, left arm relaxes on the thigh or the knee. As you bow the body, the weight of the body to that left side. Relax through the right shoulder, just checking in here. Soften where you're able. Start to move the head forward and back. Be in no hurry to explore. Change the position of the head, gazing down, chin towards the collarbone. Stay here. Breathe here. Or play with the circles of the nose in space. Going into, gently, the areas of resistance. As long as there's no pain or sharpness, we can explore that. Lean into discomfort. And that's how we change. Circling in the opposite direction. Still breathing with awareness, using every breath. Finding stillness, finding your sweet spot. 3 more breaths. Soften in the jaw, soften in the face. Aligning the neck with the rest of the spine. Take your time to move. Palms press alongside the hips. Lift the hips up. Tuck the tailbone and then settle the hips back down. See if you can maintain that beautiful stretch in that left quad. Keeping that tuck of the tailbone. Send the knee away. Maybe you start to bend through the elbows. Keep the heart open. 3 breaths. Then move the body more over to that left side, sweeping that right leg around. Make sure there's plenty of room back behind you on your mat. Bend the knees, plant the feet. Hands to the backs of the thighs, rocking back. Using core strength. Maybe the arms release for more core. Making your way onto your back, draw the knees into the chest. Hug them in. Arms extend out to a T alongside the body. Inhale here. Exhale, legs to the right, gaze to the left. 3 breaths. Close the eyes, start to melt into the earth. Relax the shoulders. 1 more breath. The gaze and the knees skyward. Inhale, exhale over to the left, gazing over to the right. 3 breaths. Relax through the ribs. Breathe into the fullness of the body. And 1 more breath.
Inhale. Gaze and knees are skyward. You can hug them into the chest. This can be all that you need to finish your practice. Otherwise, a happy baby. Reaching between the legs for pinky toe edges of feet. The feet are skyward with a deep bend in your knees. Belly soft. Shoulders releasing towards the earth. Just one more breath here. Begin to transition into our final resting pose. Legs long, feet wide. Again, you can always have a bolster underneath the knees. That can be nice, especially if the low back has tension. Feel spacious in the body, feel complete in the practice. Draw the shoulders down away from ears. Backs of the hands resting on the earth. Make sure you're not touching any props. Feel unencumbered by the world. Close the eyes. And rest. Begin to deepen your breath. Awakening your body with movement, and fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Opening and closing the mouth as you stretch arms up overhead into a yawn or a deeper breath. Bending one knee, then the other, let the feet plant. Slow, mindful in your movements, roll gently to either side, curling into a fetal position, pausing there. Recalling your intention that you set, taking that with you, or something new. What do you need now as you reemerge back into your life? With closed eyes or soft gaze, take your time pressing up to seated. Rounded spine, heavy head. Rooting down through the sit bones as you arrive. Beginning to grow the spine tall with an open heart. As you bring hands to your heart. Acknowledging this practice and yourself with a grateful heart. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you to Krannert Art Museum for continuing this programming. I'm very grateful. I miss seeing you all. Have a beautiful weekend, happy Halloween, stay safe, stay warm. And I will see you next week, hopefully at the museum.